Okay, welcome back. In this chapter, we are talking about singing in an audition. If you need to sing for an audition, there are a couple of important things to remember to make that tape show you the best it can. The most important piece is making sure your vocal quality on the tape is solid. Built-in camera mics typically do not handle strong vocals as well as an external mic or a recorder that is built to do so, unless you can adjust the level in the camera. If you can, try that and see if it handles it okay. At Moonlight, our studio, we use an H4n recorder that allows you to adjust the recording level of your mic in a way that keeps the audio from peaking. If your voice is so loud that it exceeds what the camera microphone can handle, you get this.
And all the towering feeling, just to know somehow you are near.
Your voice buzzes or sounds fuzzy when the audio peaks. And H4n also has great sound quality. So if you're a singer, one of these devices is a great investment. They usually bring out the polish in a trained singer's voice. If you don't want to spend the money, phones do a decent job and peak less than a small camera mic, and recording apps will allow you to adjust the level. This can work also. If you're singing something quick and easy that's not going to push the camera mic, it may sound just fine without the recorder.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead.
But if you're a singer and going to be doing a lot of tapes, we highly recommend getting an H4n or another suitable recording device. Tascam also makes a great one that is cheaper and is very good quality. Okay, here's an example of Sean singing that we will hear through the camera mic and the external mic.
Agony, far more painful than yours, when you know she would go with you, if there only were doors. Agony, all the torture they teach. Agony, far more painful than yours, when you know she would go with you, if there only were doors. Agony, all the torture they teach.
You can clearly hear the difference. An H4n or any solid recorder that allows for record level adjustments will work great. You'll probably need a memory card for one of these devices or something to transfer the sound into the video editor. Now, for the setup. We have the recorder placed out of frame below the camera on a tripod. Again, a cheap tripod is fine and will screw into the H4. So if you have a recorder without that option, just set it on something below the camera. We have the music track playing out of a speaker that is closer to Sean and farther from the recorder so it doesn't overpower his voice. You want them to hear the track enough to know that the singer has good pitch and is in time with the music, but you don't want it so loud that it competes with the singer's voice. This tape is about your singing, not the overall production. So make sure your voice is clear and easy to listen to over the music, but that the music is clearly audible. Just run a test before you record and take a listen. Now, you can think of the music levels like the reader vocal levels when we talk about it in a scene. Audible, but not distracting. Framing and eye lines. Typically, we frame waist up or a little tighter for singing. And for a general singing sample that may accompany a film TV audition, usually it's good to sing to camera. Treat it like it's a live performance and the camera is the audience. So you don't need to stare at it, but play to the audience as if a performance went appropriate. This will vary with the material. For a musical, we often suggest singing in character as if you're in the scene, using eye lines for the other characters and the camera when singing to the audience. If you're auditioning for a scene where you're alone on stage singing to the audience, you're not going to want to stare at the lens the whole time. So a good way to give yourself fun things to do that look really good on camera are to create eye lines and points around the lens to physicalize what you're singing about. This keeps you from staring a hole in the lens and having to lock in there and zone out during your song while you're auditioning. As a rule of thumb, basically think of the camera as the audience and treat it how you would for the show. If you use a recording device other than the camera for sound, you'll need to add this to the audition video. For how to add the audio from the separate recording device, see our section on syncing sound in the editing video. But you're basically going to replace the sound of the video clip from the camera with the sound from the recording device. And this is not as difficult as it sounds. Just watch the video on editing and try it. You'll figure it out. Okay, that's the basics for recording singing in auditions. Go get it.